Hi, everybody. It's Jane Celia Hatch, i.e. Bethesda Star, Targeted Shaman. There's some breaking news tonight. You may not think it is relevant to a shaman, but to me, it's very relevant because I'm also an activist. And I remember my past lives, and I know I've been fighting a certain energy for thousands of years. And I call it reptilian energy, Illuminati energy. They're beings that came to this earth about approximately 4,000 years ago and have enslaved humanity. We've forgotten our true power. And in the last 6 months, we've truly become enslaved by this group. So, to preface that, well, I want to start with just smudging myself. There's breaking news tonight that I feel is very important to taking down this civilization that is not in harmony with humans. In fact, they want to enslave us and mind control us to forget who we really are, how powerful we really are. They came down and over centuries convinced us that we were kind of worthless, and we fought wars for them. We've built cities, we've done everything for them, while they've convinced us that they're the rulers and we're the peons, when actually it was the opposite. So anybody out there, I'm sending love. If you want to receive it, you don't have to. And healing. And calling in my own guidance. Protection. So what has happened tonight, and again, it's not going to seem like it's something that's relevant to a shaman, but I'm also an activist. And I have been fighting for the rights of children for centuries. It's the reason I'm a DNA target. They know when I'm incarnating, and I'm targeted from the get-go. So what has happened tonight is the Hunter Biden tapes from his laptop have been released by the Chinese. And again, you may not understand why this is important. And it's because it is very hard to get evidence against these people that I call the Illuminati, the reptilians, because there's a system throughout the entire world of entrapping and holding people who might otherwise be free to, rule well or manage well, or, run a company or a country or a school or a legal a bank without with honor and respectability, and without lying. But there is this universal code of keeping records on people at the highest level, and they're usually related to pedophilia. These people are enticed into certain situations where they're drugged, they're videotaped. And I'm trying to go through this really fast. I could write a book. I could spend 3 hours tonight. Suffice it to say, there has been an almost unbreakable code in place that if anybody stepped out of line, any politician, leader, anybody at the top, the psychopaths at the top of all civilization, if they tried to break free from the mind control, you see a lot of them are assassinated. If they're not assassinated, they are under control because they have usually these pedophilia tapes on them. They convince them, they drug them, they get them into situation, and they're taped. They're with children or something very illegal. So there's been such a control over politicians, and that's why there's hardly any difference between the Illuminati at the very top. And in America right now, the Illuminati, the pedophiles, the psychopaths, they're very concentrated in the Democratic Party, with Clinton at the top of it all. Biden is a clone at this point, and that's why they picked him. They didn't want somebody who had a brain like Tulsi Gabbard. She's very smart, intelligent. You wouldn't be able to control her. Anybody else but Biden had a brain, at least. But that the deep state chose Biden because he's a clone. He can be completely controlled. So it's worldwide, it's global. The U.S. is not the great imperialistic state, country. They're all in it. Every single country across the world, it has the the Illuminati, the controllers. The Vatican is really the center. London, plays a big role, and of course DC. But really, everything comes from the Vatican. And of course, the satanic pedophiles are very concentrated in that. In fact, one of my past lives, I spent as I was hung for heresy, but what I was really trying to do was reveal the Catholic priests and their pedophilia, and I was charged with heresy. So I've been fighting this a long time. And so tonight, with the release of this video of Hunter Biden, this first one I watched a few seconds. I wouldn't even advise watching it, but you can tell what it is from the lead here. China's GTV releases video of Hunter Biden's sex tape while smoking crack, and this is just the first one. So this is like a door opening into a world we haven't been able to get into, because there's been so many security measures that this ruling class stays ruling, that it's not very often this happens. This is huge. I would not be surprised if this takes down Biden, which in my estimation is a good thing, because Biden is completely controlled by the deep state pedophile Illuminati in the US. He would be taken out quickly and the others would move in, and we would have total shutdown. It shut down even more child sex trafficking for targeted individuals, more targeting. Not to mention, we would be sold out to other countries, and the sex trafficking, every human form of human enslavement would be increased. War would, because war is profit. Organ trafficking. These are people with absolutely no morals. Donald Trump, and I did not start out a Donald Trump fan. I was a Democrat my whole life. I was a liberal my whole life. I started to really wonder what was going on when Bernie Sanders was first ousted by Hillary. And the Democratic committee, I started researching like what's going on with Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Seth Rich was murdered. There's like 300 people around Hillary Clinton that have been mysteriously killed off. A lot of them were going to testify against her. Kathy O'Brien, the MK Ultra survivor, put out a book. You read about Laura Silsby helping to traffic children out of Haiti for Hillary. And once you go down the rabbit hole, you start to understand. The Clintons started in where he was governor. Where was that? Salt Lake City. I can't remember. Wherever he was governor, it started then. And the Bush crime family, the Clinton, they're all involved, and the Bidens are involved too. So once Biden got over that threshold, they were all going to come in like demons and take over. And so now this is huge. So far the mainstream media, they are part of it. They're under mind control, or they're paid off, or they have these tapes on them. They're being bribed and bulldozed as well, or they're just getting paid so much money that they're in alignment. But every single media company is trying to shut down Trump because they're all aligned with this pedophilia organization, which is worldwide. So Donald Trump is not involved. And, people couldn't believe when I switched over, but it's because I started to do the research. And I just saw this. Well, when he was elected, I had this incredible feeling that I didn't expect. I was like, what is happening? Because I felt this over what my body, my head was like Orange Man because of the media, but my body, my shamanic center, there was this sense of joy. Like, what is going on with my body and my shaman center? So I started to research, and I found out, sure enough, the media was lying about Trump. So I believe that Trump is hot. He has enough money where he could not be bought by these people, and he had certain moral standards. Yes, he might be a misogynist. I don't know any man in their 70s that isn't. Everyone's saying, he said, all they can say, is that he said Pussy. I hear hundreds of men. I hear a lot of liberal men in their 20s say, not a lot, but I overhear it. It's nothing, it's absolutely nothing compared to what these satanic pedophiles are doing. And Donald Trump is taking them out, and Ivanka Trump. So this is huge, this release of the Hunter Biden sex tapes. I don't think the mainstream media is going to be able to keep it down. I think this is the beginning of the end for Biden. I don't think because more tapes are coming out, and some saying that it's going to reveal child pedophilia, which is no big surprise. So, and again, we have, we're going from the old world, which is represented by Hunter Biden, to the age of Aquarius. Mystic revelations, the mind's true liberation, nothing can be hidden. So that's why the tapes are coming. Nothing can be hidden on this new vibration of Earth that's coming in. And this is a representation of the new Earth. I call it Paradise Earth on my site. This is just the old world again. This is a witch, being crushed. It's like anybody now, Princess Diana, MJ, Prince. I could go on and on and on of all, probably John Lennon were assassinated because they were light workers and they were trying to change the world. That world is leaving. Again, pedophilia was everywhere. They were trying to make it mainstream. Netflix got absolutely slammed for this. Thank God people were waking up. They wanted people, the pedophiles, they knew they were being exposed. They were trying to normalize it, but bam, Netflix just, I don't know how many million subscribers they lost, but they're on their way out. Anybody that's part of that old world is going out. These are the lyrics to Age of Aquarius again. So I put this together extremely quickly. I just heard the news. It was on Gateway Pundit. I would go and look at it. I would share it. The mainstream media is going to try to take it down because they're part of the pedophilia network. Especially CNN. If you see the pictures of what's his name, the lead guy, Anderson. Cooper on a bed with his mother, and above them is a child, sacrifice. Once you go down and you start connecting, you understand. It's hard to describe to people if they haven't been investigating. But all, the Mark Thompson, who's the head of the New York Times, was also the head of BBC, and also a close friend and affiliate of Jimmy Savile, who was the worst child rapist in England. And they're all tied together, and they, in Prince Andrew, they're all tied together. Now, the Epstein was a huge break. Weinstein, not so much, but Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell's incarceration, those are huge. This is bigger. This is huge. This might end the campaign for Biden. And he, I give, I feel sorry for him. But he's not even there. He's been cloned. I think he was killed off a long time ago by the deep state. And Trump knows it. I'm sure, most of the people high up know what they're dealing with, that he's, receiving V2K electronically. They're telling him what to say, what to do, and he's barely holding on. But I think this is going to be the end. And I think we are going to be exponentially now moving into this new earth vibration. We could not move in until the children were freed. No matter what we did, feminism, environmental, all the isms on the planet came to zero when our children are being tortured and raped by this aspect of society, which is, I call the Illuminati. You can call it the blue bloodline. You can call it the deep state. The psychopathic realm, their brains are different. They are truly psychopathic because they're a different breed. They have, and it's not that far-fetched. There is a part of our brain that is reptilian, but they have more reptilian than we do, and we are more human than them. You can't imagine the things they do, which is one way they've stayed in control. It's unimaginable what they have been doing, and that's how they have stayed in control. But we have a huge break now it is the Chinese releasing this because they know what's going on. They say in this story that files are held on most world leaders, pedophilia files, drug files. They've able to tape them in some activity where they can bribe them and control them. So they're sick of it, and they're the ones that released it. I'm not interested in the whole story. I'm just interested in the ramifications, and what this means for children, what this means for us moving into this new era that has been predicted by the ancients, the Hopi, that we would, once we freed the children, we would move into this era of peace. Nothing else is going to bring it but freeing the children. So I'm not going to make this long. It seems like people don't like long videos. I was just very excited. I hope somebody sees this. Please share this video. Please like, please comment. It's being shadow, all my stuff is shadow banned. So I'd really appreciate it. For targeted individuals, this is fantastic news because all these sickos are connected. The ones that are torturing us are the same ones torturing children. So when we take that whole realm out, the gang stalker element, on the highest level is going to fall, and that means the funding is going to get stopped, which means, and that's a big part of our targeting is the money. These gang stalkers are not going to do it if they don't have money, and I think the money is going to dry up. This whole corrupt, underground, satanic, pedophile, deep state, Illuminati, again, whatever you want to call it. This is they're going to be they're coming down, and it's been happening gradually every decade, but this is huge, and I feel really, really positive tonight. I guess this was the October surprise. I knew something was happening behind the scenes. A lot of people did. And this may be it. This is the first video being released. Apparently there'll be more. I don't know how mainstream media is going to cover this up. So I'm really excited because I said I've been fighting the Illuminati for lifetimes, and it feels like maybe this time we're going to win. So if you want to research the video, the Hunter Biden videos, Gateway Pundit has it. People should be sharing it because we need to take these people down. We need to change the world. We have to protect the children. And there's 800,000 children go missing every year just in the US. And it's all sorts of reports are coming out now. A lot of them are coming from foster homes. And there's absolutely satanic, corrupt judges that are ruling against good families, good mothers, good fathers, turning children over to non-parents, to abusive parents for trauma-based mind control, hopefully hoping they will fall through the system, end up in foster care, and then trafficked out to these sickos. The whole system is set up to feed children to these psychopaths. And it comes down to your local courtroom, to your local school, to your local church. And these are the very top now that are being exposed. But it's going to affect every town and city and every country, because what happens here is reflected throughout the world, because we are the most powerful country. If Trump wins, we're going to stay that way. We're going to keep our Constitution. We're going to get in judges that are constitutionalists. We're going to eliminate late-term abortion, which is part of the death cult, because the only reason the government cares about abortion is because they can make money off aborted children. That's going to end. The whole system will topple, and it's going to be a lot for a lot of people to understand what's happening. But I feel really excited tonight. I've been really down for some reason. But when this happened, and it's not like, I go and watch. I watched maybe 30 seconds of the Hunter Biden because I don't need to see it. I know what these people do. The fact that the rest of the world is going to see it is what's important. And hopefully we're going to take these, these, they're not even people. If you're a targeted individual, you know that who's ever torturing us, they're not totally human, and they're not. They're mostly reptilian brain. They don't have the same empathy, compassion. So these are the people, the beings that need to be eliminated on our planet. Humans need to take back the planet, take your power. We are powerful, mystical beings. As Christ said, what I do, so can you do. But we've been made to believe we're a shadow of our magnificence. So we need to reclaim our beauty and our magnificence and our power. And this is going to be the beginning. So thank you for listening. If you're listening, please share, please comment, please subscribe. I'd really like to keep this station going. I'm being shadow banned. So please, please, please. Thank you. I'm excited. I think this is it.